everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 3rd of January 2019. Thank you for joining me. It is a pleasure to be with you today. I'm using one of my favorite decks, the Gregory Tarot, and I'm just going to shuffle the cards a few times. I choose 3 cards in my daily tarot readings, and I simply ask, what is Thursday, the 3rd of January about? And the cards give me an answer in terms of what the energy is like. And that applies to all of us, all signs of the zodiac, different locations, whether it's the 3rd of January where you are in a couple of hours or in a couple of hours behind me. It really doesn't matter. It's the energy for the 3rd of January wherever you are. And let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of so you can make the most of the day and that you can maximize your potential. We've got the Moon, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Now, the full moon is when the moon reaches its completion point. It's 180 degrees away from the sun. And it looks like the sun. It's completely lit up and it's like this giant torch in the sky. And if you've been out under a full moon, out in nature, it sometimes looks like daylight. But it's got a totally different energy to it, and it really lights up the dark places inside of you and in the world. And it makes it look like things have almost been upended. So the moon in the tarot represents, well, the moon in general represents the mother, nurturing ourselves and other people. It rules the sign of Cancer, which is also about family and taking care of each other and being spiritual, creative, being connected. But in the tarot, it also represents fear. When the moon is full, it really affects the tides and the oceans, and it has a strong pull on us because we're mainly made of water. So it's almost like we lose control of our earthly kind of beliefs or our bodies, and we become controlled by this almost supernatural force. That's why people often have difficulty sleeping during a full moon, or people sleepwalk during a full moon, and we're forced to face this other part of ourselves which we don't like to face, or some of us don't like to face, which is this reality that we're not just meat sacks, we are spiritual beings, and there's a reason why we're here. And a lot of people don't like asking those questions. What is my purpose in life? Why am I on this crazy planet? What has anything got to do with anything when I'm just happy making a ton of money by selling insurance, and I've got a yacht, and I've got a beautiful mansion, and I'm on my 3rd husband. I don't care about spirituality. Why should I look at that? And the moon is frightening in a sense because it illuminates those hidden cracks within you, and it forces you to see that there's an opposite to the sun. And just like your body is the child of the sun, your spirit, the divine spark of the universe that's within you, that's the child of the moon. And that's a way of nurturing yourself and taking care of the spiritual aspect of yourself. And that's why I'm always going on about meditation and getting to know yourself, because if you hate your hair, or if you don't think you're good enough, or if you're super resentful, or if you think you're mediocre and nothing you do is good enough and everyone's better than you, the solution to those kind of problems, they can only be solved on a spiritual level by facing your fear and by facing your true spiritual nature and by saying, wow, this is who I really am. I'm a divine being. I'm not just this 5'2" female with blonde hair. I am an amazing spiritual being that I don't have any idea about. And that's scary because you walk along this path and these coyotes or jackals, they can be symbols of things that you don't like and that you try and repress. You know, your tendency to be vindictive, or an ability to let go of past hurts and pains, a sense of feeling rejected by society and always having to do things on your own. And these are hidden things that are in our subconscious mind and that we don't face. And it's the hidden things within us that rule our lives. If I feel that no one likes me and society wants to harm me and I'm always going to be rejected, the physical response to that is that I'm going to hole up in my apartment. I'm not going to see anyone. I'm not going to make any friends, because deep down I feel like people don't like me and I'm not going to expose myself to that. And the only way to resolve that faulty thinking is by connecting spiritually and saying, is that true? Like Byron Katie, the work, is that true? Does everyone on planet Earth hate you? Of course not. And that's scary. We don't like doing scary things. We like going to Disneyland and making love to someone and looking at beautiful paintings and doing fun things. We don't like to go within and peeling the layers of the onion and saying, oh, another fear has gone. Hooray, yippity-doo-dah. I've just got another 1,000 to go. Now, the good news is that you're not doing this alone. The Ace of Cups is in the center of this reading. The Ace of Cups is a gift from the Creator, the universe. It's the dove of peace, and it gives you so much love and peace and joy that the cup is running over with love, and it spills over to create love in every aspect of your life that it touches. So today, you're being given a massive dose of self-love, of spiritual connection, of inner light, of power, a sense that you can face the truth about yourself, face the truth about anything that you've done. And if you did something at the age of 7 that you still regret bitterly, and it had a terrible impact on a few people around you and it hurt them very badly, you can go back to that event today and you can forgive yourself. You were 7 years old. You didn't know what you were doing. If you have had incredible guilt about running someone over when you were drink driving and that person ended up in the hospital and later died because it was your fault, then that's a part of you that is going to eat away at you if you don't face it. And that kind of thing is real. It happens. And the fact that that situation is in your life, in your experience, of course, you're going to feel guilty and you're going to feel in pain about it. But with this Ace of Cups, I'm giving an extreme example because the Ace of Cups is so extreme in the amount of love and non-judgmental love it gives you that you're even able to face that kind of fear and say, yes, I did that. And I forgive myself for it. And that is hard. And I'm going to try and make amends. The amends are always going to fall short because obviously that person that you hit when you were drunk driving is no longer here. So you can only do what you can do, but you go on with your life and you can forgive yourself and you can love yourself. You know, I read a lot of books or I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and the funny thing I always notice is that the lead character, he has this love when he was young and she died in a terrible way. And since then, he's haunted and he goes to war to try and die. And he starts becoming deluded because that one true love has never left him. In reality, in truth, we get over things. We fall in love. We have our hearts broken. We get on with things. We fail at university. We become ill. We make mistakes, we destroy relationships, we alienate others, we keep going on. Most of us don't end up killing ourselves or being in the nut house. Most of us move on with our lives and continue despite the things that seem so horrible that we cannot forgive ourselves and that we feel like we should die over. Now, the next card is the Two of Cups, and by forgiving yourself, you're building a relationship with your higher power and your true purest self. And it's only by experiencing pain that you can connect with other people who are also suffering. It's only through your personal pain that you can understand things like compassion and empathy and not judging and helping other people out who've done terrible things themselves but continue to live. And that relationship is really something that purifies you. It's like the lotus flower making its way through the mud and coming out to be this beautiful flower that lasts for a while and then also dies. The Two of Cups is about a relationship. So face your fears, raise your vibration, forgive yourself. The relationship you have with your higher power, with your true loving self, then has a knock-on effect, and you may be gifted with something or someone who loves you back. Because you're being genuine, you're being honest, you're facing your fears. And that raises your vibration to the level that you're a person who is enlightened in a sense. You know who you are. You're not hiding your feelings and your emotions. You're not drowning them in a bottle or taking pills or whatever it may be. But you say, I'm going to own up to this. And despite doing terrible things and making mistakes, I still deserve love because I'm a spark of the universe. And I woke up this morning and I'm breathing, and that means that I deserve love. And when you internalize that and when you get that, you raise your frequency to the point where someone else who's gone through a similar journey and who understands you and who loves you for the entirety of who you are, that's a real soulmate connection. It's not based on, oh, he's so gorgeous, he'll be a wonderful accessory when I walk into the club and all the other girls are going to say, oh, isn't he handsome? Where did you find him? And you're like, oh, look at him on my arm, he's so glorious. It's like I won a prize. Or it's not about marrying someone for, the cash she comes with. And it's like, okay, I'm not in love, but I'm going to pretend to and be in love with her so that I have financial freedom. This is a meeting of the minds. This is a meeting of souls, soulmates. And that can only be achieved by facing the really dark, horrible stuff that we have within ourselves. So it's about being whole, and it's about looking at the entire picture, the good and the bad that we all have within us, accepting it, embracing it, letting go, releasing it. I mentioned this recently, but what you resist persists. So I hate myself for what I did. That will resist, and it will keep you in pain, and it will make you feel worse and worse and worse. And what you embrace, yes, I did do this terrible thing. I accept it, I embrace it. I'm willing to forgive myself. I'm willing to have other people forgive me for it. I'm willing to have the universe forgive me for it. And I will keep trying to do that every day to forgive myself for this awful, awful thing that I've done. And by doing that, you release it one day. You're going to let go of the guilt, because guilt isn't a helpful emotion. Guilt is just torturing yourself and beating yourself with a stick. Instead of feeling guilty, don't get in the car drunk anymore. Take practical action. That way, you then really experience good luck. And I really think this is a day of great love and romance and someone or something new coming into your life, and you really loving yourself, loving the universe, loving where you're at in life, and loving other people. 18 and 1 is 19, and 2 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 is about communication and new beginnings. So draw a line under the things that have happened by embracing them. Start communicating with your higher self, the divine being you are. Start speaking to it and saying, hello, I'm the human part of you. Let's meet somewhere in the middle. And by communicating and making a fresh start with that, you walk through a doorway and you connect with yourself or with another person or with the earth or spirit in a way that replaces fear with faith. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, numerology, and astrology. The astrology chart is a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. I draw it up by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That shows me what your life purpose is, why you're here, what your vocational aptitudes are, what's destined for you in your experiences, what you have to overcome, where you've been in past lifetimes, the karma you've built, and what you're trying to achieve in this lifetime. What's destined for you in areas of love and career and finance and health, moving, friendships, hopes and dreams being realized, love, of course, and I can answer any questions you may have. So if you would like a private reading, then head to gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order the reading. If you like my videos, then please share them on your social media and hit the subscribe button on this YouTube channel. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.